Okay, Flayer Whispers. Armored Mind Flayers. Why does that not work? Okay, so this one. I got this. We definitely want a very specific party form. We need to get through these. Well, I guess we don't need to. But we're not going to be able to shandy our way through this. Is the problem. It's not. So I think a very specific grouping. I want to keep them all away with Penelope's insect swarms. What we want. Well, I didn't say it would be fun. I just said that that's what you'd want to do. Let's be clear. Not all the challenges in this game are fun. They just are what they are. Now Sandy will help because they'll get slowed down in these. If we even, they're just getting destroyed. Okay, that's good. But if they do make it, if there aren't enough on the screen at once, they'll get slowed down by Penelope's insect swarms. Get to 175. Right. Do I have? No. I haven't eaten one of those. All right. How are we doing on gems? 8490, folks. Nice. 5 gold Orkira chests. I kind of just want to go for it. Thank you. I just want to open them. I think we're good. I don't think there's a bad 5 greens and a white. There's not a bad outcome here. Yeah. Because we get the green for the one that needed it, and then we get a blue somewhere else. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Blue pants. Nice. Blue elemental fire. That's also nice. Epic healing flame. Oh, yeah. And a blue lesser restoration. This was a pretty solid chest. And there's the blue damage all champions. Okay, what are we at? Full blue? No, we got 1 blue left. 1 blue left. You know what? We've got a Vajra chest. Where'd it go? Carefully balanced. Yes. 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 It's our speed item, folks. That's why I'm happy. If you don't know, now you know. All right. Strings rock pile. Awesome. What are we at now? 54% chance to drop double. Great. Great. Because now when we hit our ultimate, we're like 108. Right. And that's 454 when I only have two adjacencies. When I only have two adjacencies, and which is garbage. Um, okay. There's another set. There's another set of. Oh yeah. Okay. Here. Visit the shop. Chests or Kira. Buy now. Open. 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 These are whites. Okay, it's fine. Dupes. Give me that last blue. And she got the ultimate. She got an epic. We got a blue and a purple for the same item. Oh, but that's fine. That's fine. And neither's a dupe because this one came out first and that one came out second. That's the way it works. All right. Well, look. 4 blues, 2 epics. This was the goal for all the event champions. We nailed it. We nailed it. All my event champions. I mean, the goal was 5 blues, 1 epic, but they all somehow magically hit 4 blues, 2 epic. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. For the best speed units to start to get. I mean, Human needs some item levels, but even without them, I mean, I've started investing in them. But even with low item levels, he's still a great speed champion. Shandy speeds up the entire game without needing any item levels. If you get a feat for her, there's a feat for her that you can. It's a default feat. So once you unlock feats, you get double, so 50% faster. Deacon is another one that could be great without needing gear in slot 1, or you could go Whittle in slot 2. They have the same kind of speed boost. Whittle doesn't need a lot of gear, and she can get, like Human, she can get a decent number just based off adjacencies. So, it's functional right away. Briv, obviously, is a great one, but he needs lots of item levels. We've got, over 150 average before he really starts. Where it gets to the point where, like, every other area he's skipping. I like him for more than his speed effect. I target him first usually because I want a super solid tank that also has a little bit of speed that gets better over time. But if you just want to speed up from the beginning, like Human, Shandy, and then either Deacon or Whittle. If you have a lot of the absolute adversaries, because maybe you were on Steam and you got that pack, Lae'zel is the... You have Lae'zel, and Lae'zel's big with other absolute adversaries, but then you'd want to pair her with like a Deacon and a Shandy. She doesn't pair well with Human. Don't want to use my pigments on Briv? What do you mean? I did. He's pigmented. He's pigmented. So is Penelope. So is... Oh, no. Krull doesn't have any epics. What am I saying? If Krull had epics, Krull would be too. I've been thinking about Spurt. I put him on Gale. Did I? Yeah, I put him on Gale. I might put another set on Orkira just so we have a strong swap. But, yeah, it's not about, like, having multiple speed champions in a slot isn't about who's better. I understand why you would want to know that when you're trying to build out a specific party. But like I've said before, I would like 2 speed champions in every slot. And then after that, I would like 3 speed champions in every slot. Because I want to make sure that when I'm doing variants with hard restrictions, I can still build a full speed team. Because the deeper you get into this game, like, you're going over area 1000, and when you don't have a speed team, It doesn't matter that you've got a fast core and speed potions. It feels slow without speed champions. I told you, I put the support pigments on Briv already. I don't know why are we still talking about it? I don't. Oh, but I said I put them on there. You see a little froggy in the green stripe. But yeah, I already put them there. Okay, we're already at 178 on click damage, so I can just move this over here. There's some slow distractions. So yeah, I mean, I would like to see lots more speed champions. Personally, I don't really get a say in that. I could express that. That isn't necessarily their goal. Isn't my goal. Their goal isn't 2 speed champions in every slot. They just look for when there's a champion that comes out and it's like, oh, this would actually work. This kind of part of their story or whatever, it actually makes sense to be a speed effect. Then they do it. When they do it, they aren't necessarily trying to target slots with them. I mean, if they can do that as well, great. But I want a tank speed. We have one. They're called Briv. We also have 2. We have they're called Thalora. Briv and Thalora are our tank speed champions. Well, then you have Thalora. If you don't want Briv, you've got Thalora. Oh, and you got Sentry, yeah. And there's Sentry. Minsk with Dynahair is a tanking speed champion, but not quite the way you want. The year of speed, all 12 champions that year are speed champions. Whoa, I think that would mess with people real hard. I don't know that people would like it. Well, I get that Sentry speed goes away when she gets hit, but you didn't delineate that that you wanted tanks that their speed continues even when they get hit. You just said you want tank speed champions, and we provided you with 3.5. They exist in the game. I would like more DPS speed champions. I think Nohara was an interesting start, and I like how it works. I like how it's speed until it isn't, and then it's power. Oh, that was a great idea. Oh, Tatiana is Tatiana doesn't count. I mean, a little bit as a speed tank. They tried to do. Well, I don't know if they were trying to do these things, but they ended up with certain speed champions that are more functional as you get at your wall and you're needing to build up enemies to move forward. In that case, Tatiana is a speed champion. But that isn't usually what people are trying to accomplish with speed. I'm not against it. I'm just saying it is a. There's early run speed and late run speed. I don't know if there's mid run. There isn't really mid run speed. Early run and mid run tends to be about the same. But then there's late run attempts at late run speed, and that's like Tatiana is late run speed. Um, Technically, Xander is late run speed, but it's garbage. Well, again, Sonata, it depends on where you want the speed. Her speed kicks in at later in a run than earlier, right? Early, like again, there's early run speed, there's late run speed. We don't have a lot of late run speed champions. Honestly, there are a lot of people that would like to turn Briv's skip off early and have it just kick in later. And usually, what you do is you just don't add Briv to your formation until later on because you really want Briv at the end of your run if you're doing like a super deep variant push. Because you're always going to run out of stacks, usually, almost always. And so having him in later to be late run speed, it feels better. Bruisers are horrible, Cowgate, and that's why. There are, like I said, we've talked about bruisers before, and they just never worked in this game. They never worked well. So that's another function of Tatiana's. Another way to use Tatiana's speed ability to speed something up, but usually what we're talking about with speed effects are things that make you go through a run faster. But a lot of what people want is just early part for gem farming, but it's also important to have late run speed. It just is. So, I don't mind that those champions exist. What I mind is that there's only a couple and they're not great. One of them isn't great, at least. One of them's hot garbage. Like Human's speed just works the whole run. There's not even a trade-off. It's just always on. Technically, you can place Sentry in a place where that's the case as well. But like Nahara's is specifically early run speed. Ad break. For anybody who didn't get a served an ad, there's an ad break going for people. So. Hunting for you. There's still like a minute left for other people, though. And we got 100 areas still to go. It's so slow. I need those speed potions. Oh man, we're gonna level up. Yeah, core. 7856, 144 areas. We level up. Nice. Nice. Hate when you get to the end of a root beer and you didn't drink it fast enough and all the ice melted and it's just watered down root beer. Yeah. No, sir. Didn't like it. All right. Mel for Kira or Gosrick. I mean, all things being equal, or Kira. But usually you're looking like, again, we talk about this a lot. Who do you need for split the party? That's what I did. I was planning. I got Orkira because I'm shooting for split the party 2, where I need 3 in every slot. My other option was to pick up at slot 9, like Ayla. That was the other one I was leaning towards. But the next event has 2 slot 9s in it. So I went with Orkira. Or else I think it does. And I didn't see a slot 1, but maybe who knows, maybe they'll move someone into it. Well, Sam, I'm making the kind of presumption that the next event is going to be the Great Modron March, because I think they're getting rid of the running, because they've moved. Look at all the people they've moved out of the running, so that tells me the running is going away. Which tells me maybe they put Shaka and Dungeon Master in Great Modron March. But I think Great Modron March is next, and we'll have Evelyn, Orkira, Kreidel, Jaheira, Mehen, Nordum, Nixie. Oh, they moved people already, maybe. Avandra, Nixie, Nordum, Mehen, Jaheira, Kreidel, Orkira, Evelyn. Yeah. Or Keelik, excuse me. Keelik. Yeah, I think they moved everybody. I think this is everybody. That's 8. So what we don't know is who's the new champion and where would they sit, and who's the reworked champion and where would they sit. Although one of these could be the reworked. One of these could be. Who would they rework? Man, there's some potential options there. So yeah, we should see Evelyn, Keelik, Kreidel, Jaheira, Mahan, Nordum, and Nixie and Avandra in the next event. Good. Yeah, they named all the surviving events, and I just don't remember them. So yeah, I went Orkira because it seemed like a good choice, and it seemed like there were going to be a couple of slot 9s. So yeah. Let me see who else. Normally, the Great Modron March would have Evelyn, Keelik, Jaheira, Mahen, Nordum, and Avandra. So Evelyn, Keelik, Jaheira. So Kreidel is. The Kreidel moved. Jaheira. Mahen. Right, this is Thurgiash Mahen. Nordum. And Avandra. So Nixie is the other one that moved. So Kreidel and Nixie look like the 2 that moved, maybe from another event. Maybe we don't know who the rework champion is yet. Maybe it's not one of those. Okay. Last time they kind of gave away the rework champion because they put Penelope there, and we were like, that's not where Penelope should go. So it made it real easy to figure out. Bridal got moved from the running. and so did Nixie. So Kreidel and Nixie got moved out of the running into Great Modron March. So that's why there's only 2 left listed in the running, because Dungeon DM and Shock are the only ones left. So I don't think we know who the. I don't think we can. That doesn't tell us who the rework champion is. So there's a lot of slots available in the next event. Well, I don't think it's any of the ones I just listed. I don't think any of those are the rework champion. Who would I suggest to get from the next event? I don't know. Again, you got to know what you're doing for split the party. I will say Krill is a unique tanking champion. He's a dodge tank, so he doesn't actually take damage until he does. But it's neat. That's a really neat mechanic. Comes in useful for variants where you take percentage max health, because he can tank the front line but not boost the health of your party, and then you can shield it all. Jaheira was super strong after her rework, and they just patched. Apparently 19 of her upgrades weren't buffing her correctly, so she should be really good. I don't know. Nordum is not great. Nixie and Avandra are okay. Mahan's not great. I love him. He's my favorite champion in the game, but he's not great. Keelik and Evelyn are okay. Evelyn, actually, I think it probably is. Evelyn got a rework, and she's solid now. She's probably really solid, but she's in slot 6, so it's hard to it's hard to use people in slot 6 that are tanks. We might not get a rework champion. It could be 2 new champions. That is true. That's true as well. Or it could just be 2 rework champions. But no, these are all, everything that's listed is, those are those 6 of those 8 are original Great Modron March, and I don't think they're gonna. I don't know. They could rework someone in their own event, but that would feel real weird. I don't think they'd do that. And it looks like those other 2 would have just been moved in as a shift, like as a normal shift. So what you want to look for is the one that doesn't belong. Like, which one of these does not belong? And whoever gets added to that list could potentially be the rework. You can get Jaheira in Vajra's patron, yes. But that's only if you're that far in Vajra, right? Like right now I am... we did 2 variants, and I was able to get the time gate piece. Getting all the way down here to get Vajra, or to get Jaheira, is EO7 influence plus 20. The 20,000 currency would be easy by the time I got EO7 influence. But EO7's a good chunk of influence. I can't do that yet. But it may mean that I pick Nordum instead of Jaheira out of slot 9 next event, because I'll know that eventually I can just get Jaheira from the patron shop. I mean, that's something to keep in mind. What does Mert do? Oh, Warden. So Warden, yeah. I mean, I'll probably pick up Warden this way instead of flexing Warden in an event. I would like to get enough influence to get the familiars, but it hasn't been a high priority. Hasn't been prioritized above other things, right? Yeah, Kreidel Gale combo on health damage, on percent max health damage, would be a good combo, because Gale just deflects, and Kreidel. You need some healers for Kreidel, not to actually heal him. They don't actually have to be putting their heals on it. They just have to exist in the party. It's an interesting mechanic. Kreidel is the first tank to make healers actually useful in the game. All healers. Anybody with the healing tag. It would have to be, because it says it wasn't... Oh, hold on. properly buff for class act ability. I guess maybe it could be a nerf if it was buffing it too well. I just read it as it was fixing it. Like, I could be wrong. What are people saying? I didn't go look. I did. I totally just assumed it was they weren't working before and now they're working. But yeah, I could be wrong. What do we got? 55 more areas. How are we doing over here? It's not going up very well. Why numbers no go up faster? It was Mars that said it would be a buff. I hope so. She was strong though. That's what's wild is if she had 19 upgrades that weren't working and now they are and weren't working correctly, like, that would be a big deal. Because for a while I was using her as my primary DPS, like during her season. She was lighting it up. But then then suddenly we had like Birdsong and then Catty Bree, and it was like, okay. She kind of got put on the back burner for me, but she was still, so it didn't mean she wasn't good. It just, she wasn't the priority anymore. If they're talking about it, they're talking about it in Discord because nobody's posting on the subreddit. I clicked on the tavern and now I just want to not. Like they're not. What is? I don't see anything that looks like a useful conversation. Not around Jahira, so. Reminder, folks, there's no sketching hour today, so you're stuck with me for another hour. I always tell you, I don't make the schedule. I don't make the schedule. But we got 40-ish, 42 more areas to go here, and then we're into. Then we'll do her first tier 2 at 250. Yeah, because that's what we did for everybody else. Is just do like their first variant, because it was the quickest to get through. We'll at least start that. I don't know if we'll be able to get all the way through it. We'll see. No, you sketch for no. Nope. Nope. If I had, if I had money and could buy like a tablet and do the sketching thing on a tablet with one of those e pens, like that they use, like the styluses, maybe. I don't have the money for that. Me sketching with a mouse is nope. And I'm not even saying that it would even be good if I were using a stylus and a tablet thing. I'm just saying that's probably the only way it would come close to being anywhere decent. It'd take a grand total of one art class in college. And it was like introductory drawing or something like that. Or I don't even know. I don't know that it was necessarily drawing, but it's something like that. It was focused on sketches and stuff. Although sometimes we use like charcoal instead of pencils. And it was just it was like, I remember taking this class. It was supposed to be art for non-majors, right? Basically. I remember taking this class and there were people in it who were just so good. And I'm like, what are you even doing in this class? Why didn't you just take the one for majors? Like, even if you're not majoring in it, everyone here's supposed to suck. Why are you so good? That was basically my complaint. Why is everyone here so good at this? Almost done with Split the Party? Nice. After the last split, it's like after 37, it's just, you get to load up your whole formation and just cruise right through it. Got to script the grading curve. I may have only ever had, I didn't have a lot of classes that graded on a curve in college, fortunately. I remember the one that I did, I was the jerk setting the curve at 100%. Like, it was the one class that Yeah, I got this, and I would get like 100% on tests over and over and over and over again, and set the curve at what it should always be, 100% to to zero, right? And then one time I missed one, and the teacher was like, "Well, looks like 98% is going to be the highest," and then someone else got 100, and I was like, and they had to like reverse their statement. I was so proud of that other person for getting 100%. Like, yes, you did it. Good, good. Yeah, that's how to draw now. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, Discord links suck for pictures. I think there's only like one thing that I did. It was with charcoal that I really liked. I think I still have it somewhere. Um, I was like, I'll get this framed someday. It wasn't that good. But but it's the nicest drawing I ever made. But it was with charcoal, and it was a lit candle in a dark room, and I started by just blacking out the entire sheet, and then going in with an eraser and erasing the light points instead. And I like the way that turned out. Obviously, I kept it. But outside that, I don't know that I have any other art. Unlit candle in a dark room is easier, yes. But that wasn't the assignment. We were supposed to use, light and dark with charcoal to create something. And so I did. I just charcoaled the whole page and then erased what I wanted. Second adventuring party. This means I can run two parties, right? I need to level up both? Yeah. But you can do them in different things, right? The bigger deal is the Modron core. Make sure you put that in whatever party you're visually looking at so you can level it up. Ooh. Speaking of, 7946. 54 levels and we level up. Like, I'm not currently using mine, but that's because Twitch, right? Like, I'm trying to do all the stuff that I can on screen, on stream, to cut it for to post on YouTube. Um, if I had more familiars, I'd just park a champion in the background and let it just get gems. And that's what it will be. I'll be doing when I stop the stream now is once I wrap up whatever adventure I'm on. If that happens off stream, I'll switch over to a gem party. It's just like one champion and some familiars. And last night we got over between the end of stream yesterday and the start of stream today, we got just over 2,000 gems from that. Ain't saying no to that, right? I'll take a couple thousand gems overnight. Um, so I'm at least going to be using it for that. But yeah, without the familiars, you have to go back and forth between the two parties and manually level them up as you go along. I don't know why I'm leveling up Jarlaxle. I'm not using him for damage. Get favored. Oh, I mean, yeah, whatever your background party is doing is normal, just like any other party you'd be doing. So if you want to do a deep push for favor, you can, you can do that. Where's your weekly chest icon? Does it show the champs or does it show the event buffs? It shows the champions. The first, you might want to restart your client because when I first started my weekly party, it showed me this, but now it shows me this properly. Yeah, submit a ticket if it's changing back all the time, but I did see this to start, and then it became that. One of those things where this probably should get moved over here where the potion manager is. But then the people would complain. They like this layout. Visually, it would be more helpful. Oh, just dropping the box down below? Yeah, that'd be cool too. Yeah, I think you could suggest that on Dev Insights. I think that's a pretty easy change. All right, we've completed Flayer Whisperers. Mission complete for Orkira.